So welcome back to another video. We're continuing with highway explanations, and today we have D0, also called the Prague Beltway. The highway is halfway complete, which is a topic of many debates to get it complete as soon as possible, because upon completion, it's expected the traffic situation in Prague will calm down. Most of the Czech highways start from it. The western part of the Beltway is also part of the European route E50, while the eastern part is part of E65. An idea of a beltway around Prague goes back to the 1930s, where it was conceived as a surface road like any other. After the World War, a more highway-like concept is introduced in 1947, but it was scrapped after the communists took over Czechoslovakia. However, the beltway idea revived in the 1960s as an expressway R1. It became a part of a unified highways and expressway conception in 1963. From start, it was planned as an expressway in 2+2 and 3+3 configuration en route around Prague. Construction began in 1977 on first two segments of the beltway, one in the very west of the beltway and the other in the very east of the beltway. Those two segments were opened in 1984, and the eastern segment was expanded southwards in 1993. In 1996, the eastern part was connected to the inner city loop, which is also unfinished, by the Štěrbohly connector. The western segment expanded northwards in 2000 and 2001. On September 20th, 2010, the largest segment was opened to public, which connected the western part with D1, meaning D1 was connected to D5, D6 and D7 via an off-city connection. Like all the highways I've covered so far, R1 got converted to Highway D0 on January 1st, 2016. The southeast segment connecting the eastern segment with D1 is yet not complete. However, the start of the construction of this segment is planned for this year and the completion in 2027. Originally, this segment was supposed to go around the South City Kami block and Petrovice district, but the local population protested against the idea. In 2010, a new plan was created which seemed to be good. Unfortunately, the Bohemian district was afraid that the 6-lane highway together with the 4-lane road 12 will limit the further development of the district. Many other districts also called for some changes on the highway. All these demands were implemented in the variant presented in 2020, and after many court battles, the highway should be on its way to be constructed. The northern segment is the biggest problem, as both citizens and leadership of districts and villages the highway will be in close proximity to are nowhere near accepting the plans. Many argue the proposed variant is based on the 1930s model, where many northern parts of Prague weren't developed and thus propose pushing the highway north about 4 kilometers. The northern variant is also getting attacked by villages close to the plan, but mainly more inner districts of Prague, which argue the highway would be too far away from the city to be beneficial. To complicate the situation even more, what were court battles between the state company and districts and our citizens not wanting to sell their land, this time it's court battles between the state itself and local governments, courts dismissing documents, environmental organizations attacking literally anything, local governments complaining at the Supreme Court about other courts, etc. To put it into perspective, provincial court of the Central Bohemian region dismissed a document for the development of the region in which the proposed southern variant was already included, arguing it's invalid because the region did not sufficiently evaluate the impact on the environment in the planning documentation. The region objected that these effects should only be evaluated if more than one solution variant is proposed, while according to the region, the corridor of the beltway around Prague has already been established for a long time in the given route. The region filed a cassation complaint, but the Supreme Administrative Court rejected it in April 2014 and confirmed the decision of the regional court, thereby stopping the construction project in the Ruzyně-Březněvé Statelice section. It even goes as far as mayors threatening with more court battles over literally anything. For instance, the Sogdal mayor publicly said he's ready to attack any proposed highway cutting under or around the district at the court. The Sogdal mayor has a rich history with attacking the highways at court, mostly successfully. He once even complained at the European Commission that the highway is going through a land environmentally protected by the EU. Other than that, the northern segment will be the most expensive part of the beltway, the sheer number of tunnels and a huge bridge to cross the Vltava River. The orange marked line are the all open segments of the beltway as of right now. We start by an exit sign with D1. The beltway starts here. Further into the intersection, we can see a left space. It's for another lane, and also a space on the signs for turning right onto the yet not finished Southeastern segment. View from the other direction, and here we have our first mile sign, from which we can see the next highway intersection is going to be with D4. Here we can see the two Cholopice aqueducts, allowing animals to cross the highway without getting run over. The second one is in the background. When you follow the road, there are two more tunnels. This is the first highway I'm covering on this channel, which includes an actual tunnel. This one is the Cholopice tunnel. Right after the tunnel, there's this overpass from nothing and to nothing. I couldn't find any information why it's there, but I assume there was a road Right after the tunnel, there's this overpass from and to nothing. I couldn't find any information why it's there, but I assume there was a route planned which got cancelled, or there are further plans. In the background we can see another aqueduct. Next up is this pretty complicated intersection and exit, featuring a roundabout with a handful of left-hand on and off ramps. The intersection is part of the longest bridge in Czechia, the Radotín Bridge, which is 2059 meters long. The bridge itself offers these amazing views on the Prague skyline. View at the southwestern part of Prague. And our next intersection is with D5 to Pilsen and Bavaria. 3 kilometers away is yet another intersection, this time with D6 to Karlsbad and northern Bavaria. Southwest segment ends here at the exit to Davice and third terminal of the Prague airport. First class road of 7 continues, later on converting to highway D7. Teleporting to Prague's eastern districts, we get to the second portion of the beltway, which is more familiar to me. This is the intersection with D10. And as always, from the other side. The eastern portion was opened back in the 80s, so it's cutting more through the city. We can see the Centrum Černimo shopping center. The intersection near the shopping center is a bit bizarre, as there are no exits from or to the district of Horní Počernice. That's due to the limited space. Before the intersection got rebuilt, you could actually see the road leading to the district. Another intersection is with D11. Another bridge offers us views at the Dolní Počernice pond and eastern Prague. And with these signs, our journey across the beltway ends. Thank you all for watching this episode. Next time we'll look at D7. Take care and goodbye.